I got 4 MLB best bets for you on a Monday. Let's get after it. What's going on, everyone? I am your host, Steven, with Just a Bet Outside. It is Monday, April 3rd, and there is no NBA today, which means it is all about baseball and that little thing called a national championship game between UConn and San Diego State. But this is all about baseball. I got 4 best bets for you today, and I may add some more in the morning. I am excited. Baseball is off and rolling. Opening series are over. We got some good games. We got a great series between the Braves and the Cardinals, and I got a best bet for you in that game. So stay tuned for that. Before we dive in, like and comment. If you leave a comment just saying hi, I would really appreciate it. Just help the algorithms. Just say anything you want in the comments. Maybe who your favorite baseball team is. I really appreciate the support. I put hours of research and work into this and the video. So if you guys could do that, I would very much appreciate it. Quick MLB stats over the opening weekend. Trace Thompson, Clay Thompson's little brother, is the home run leader with 3 home runs right now, tied with CJ Crone. But I think he had all 3 in 1 game. So, hey, it still counts. He's also the RBI leader with 8 RBIs through 3 games. So he is absolutely dominating right now. The young phenom Wander Franco, he has a 636 average leading the major leagues. We'll see. It's only 3 games. It doesn't tell you everything, but that's a good start for the young stud that everyone's waiting to blossom. Also, there's already 5 guys that have 3+ stolen bases in the first 3 games. So we're seeing some more stolen bases this year. You're seeing that pitch clock make a big impact on baseball. It's a lot of fun to watch. Games are a little shorter, but that's kind of what's going on around the MLB. Without any more blabbing with this intro, it's time to go to the bets recap page. And it was another 2-2 day and pretty much a wash all around. Springs under 1.5 earned runs. How about 6 innings of no hit baseball with 12 strikeouts? Absolutely dominated. An easy win for plus 115. My two team totals sucked. And you know what? They can be a little tough at 4.5 sometimes in cold weather, but some these batters just didn't get it done against terrible pitchers. So the Reds team total lost. Rangers team total on Sunday Night Baseball did not get it done. Then my added bet that I put in the bottom of the at Discord in the bottom of the YouTube video, Donovan and Bichette 1 hit each. That was a winner. Donovan got his early, and Bichette got his, I think, 6th or 7th inning. So 2-2 day, ho hum. Every bet is a half unit unless I state otherwise, and I do have a bet for 1 unit and a bet of the day. So we'll get into that. But now it's time. Let's dive in to bet number one. All right, here we go. Game number one. It is the San Francisco Giants at the Chicago White Sox. We are moving to the south side of Chicago. Chicago money line minus 130. Giants money line plus 115 with an over under of 8.5 runs. This is the home opener for the White Sox after starting with 4 games in Houston. They had a 2-2 split, which isn't a bad way to start against the defending champs in Houston. Giants went 1-2 against the Yankees in the opening series. Guys, I got a best bet, and it's pretty simple. It's a money line bet, and I'll explain why. It is the White Sox money line at minus 130. The value is too good here to pass up. Minus 130 is a little high, but I do like the White Sox to win here. This is for the half unit. This is not my bet of the day yet. But on the mound, Michael Kopech for the White Sox. He was the top prospect a couple years ago. Last year, he was decent. 3.54 ERA, 3.84 expected ERA. So he wasn't anything special. His velocity went down a little bit once they stretched him out to a starter. But what he was good at is pitching at home, which is where he was. 3.01 ERA at home compared to a 4.26 ERA on the road. So he is much better at home. They're going to be going up against, let me see if I pronounce this right, Anthony Disclafini, which kind of sounds like a name on The Sopranos, to be honest with you. Sopranos, however you pronounce that show. That's one of the best shows ever made, by the way. But anyways, injuries have derailed him the last year or two. He is a career 4 ERA guy. He struggled in only 19 innings last year, but like I said, that's only 19 innings. He's not a big strikeout guy. Only 22% K rate 2 years ago when he pitched more innings, and he gives up a lot of hard contact. He just hasn't been anything. He's not even a dude. I mean, he's a below average pitcher. He's going to Chicago to face Tim Anderson, Luis Robert, Eloy Jimenez. I mean, this lineup is good. Andrew Vaughn. I expect them to come out ready to play in front of their home fans for the home opener with a better pitcher on the mound, especially at home. Better lineup, better starting pitcher. Bullpens are about even. I'm taking the White Sox money line at minus 130 for my best bet. I'd probably play this up to 140, by the way. And that's what we got. Let's go to game number two. All right, here we go. Game number two. The Philadelphia Fightin' Phils versus the New York Yankees. Yankees money line minus 170. The Phillies money line at plus 145. Over under of 8 runs in this game. The Phillies are going to be traveling to New York after a late night Sunday night baseball game in Texas. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but guys, if you look at the stats last year, the team that played on Sunday night baseball and then had to travel somewhere, whew, man, they did not do well. It is in your best interest to fade them most of the time. I'm not saying it's a 100% hit rate, but maybe look that up. I know it's pretty high. So, Yankees 2-1 against the Giants, which we just talked about. Oh, the Phillies. How about getting swept by the Rangers? They are now 0-3 this year. Still no Bryce Harper. He's out for a few months. My best bet in this game is the Yankees minus a half a run in the first 5 innings. So it's on the run line in the first five, which means they just need to be ahead after 5 innings. So let's dive into the pitching matchup. Taiwan Walker is on the mound for the Phillies. He's 2-3 with a 4.07 ERA versus the Yankees in his career. But here is the just most mind-boggling stat of the night. Taiwan Walker in day games has a 1.64 ERA. He is an absolute elite pitcher during the day in his career. At night, how about a 4.81 ERA? Almost a 5 ERA in night games. This is a night game in New York. I expect him to struggle yet again. A player to watch in this game also, Aaron Judge. How about 4 for 11 off Taiwan Walker with 4 bombs? That's right. When he gets a hit, it's a bomb every time against this guy. Nestor Cortez on the mound for the Yankees. What a story he was last year. He's like just this dad with a mustache out there just throwing. He's gonna have to change his windup with the new rules, but breakout year last year. He had a 2.44 ERA with a 2.93 expected ERA, and at home, this guy is elite. Nestor Cortez was 6-1 with a 1.95 ERA last year at home. 84% in hard contact. He just knows he's a crafty pitcher and knows how to just make sure he doesn't get too many barrels on the ball. He was 23% hard contact, which is in the top 16% of the league. So, there's a chance the Phillies rest a guy or two. We don't know lineups until it gets closer to game time, but maybe Realmuto fits. I didn't check the lineup to see if he played on Sunday night, but there might be a guy or two just because they had a late night game. So we'll see. But it's a great spot to fade the Phillies. It's a great spot to tail the Yankees. The much better pitcher at home against the guy who struggles against the Yankees and also massively struggles in night games. Maybe it's a vision thing. He might want to get that checked out. But anyways, Yankees minus a half a run in the first 5 innings. That's at minus 115. Great odds. Better pitcher, better lineup to just be ahead after 5 innings. I like that as bet number two. Let's move on to game number three. All right, here we go. Game number three, the Blue Jays at the Royals. Blue Jays money line minus 140, Royals money line plus 120. I know that looks a little weird. You're thinking, why aren't the Blue Jays bigger favorites? I'll tell you in a little bit. Over under 8.5 runs in this game. Blue Jays started out 1-2 in a series against the Cardinals. Their pitchers got blown up. The Royals 0-3, being the Royals again. They played the Twins and got swept. My best bet in this game, it's going to be ugly. Hold your nose. It's the freaking Royals, guys, in the first five money line. So it's not the whole game, it's the first 5 innings. It's also not the run line, it's the money line. So what that means is if they are tied after 5 innings, then it's a tie and a push and you get your money back. That's all it is. So they do not have to be ahead. If they are ahead, obviously you win. So it's just kind of gives you that little extra, it's if it's a 3-3 tie or something, then you're okay. You don't lose the bet. So here we go. Matchup. Jose Barrios for the Blue Jays. He has been freaking awful since he signed a big contract with the Blue Jays. How about a 5.23 ERA last year with a 4.66 expected ERA? So, I mean, maybe he could get a little better, but he's still, 4.5, 5 ERA is horrendous. 31% hard contact rate last year. Holy crap, is that bad? And also on the road, not only are his numbers bad, he's even worse than that on the road. 5-5 last year with a 6.36 ERA. Guys, if you're a starter in the major leagues and you have a 6.3 ERA on the road, you shouldn't probably be a starter unless maybe you're like a dominant 2 ERA guy at home, and he's not. Obviously, he's just freaking horrendous. He was good a few years ago, but I think this guy's overrated. I'm going to be honest with you. Brady Singer on the mound for the Royals. He's their best pitcher. I know it doesn't say a lot, but he is a good pitcher. He had a 3.23 ERA last year, so low threes, 3.84 expected ERA. But at home, even better. 8-2 with a 2.76 ERA. Now, in this game, I'm betting the first 5 innings because boy, do I not trust the Royals bullpen at all. I don't want to mess with it. I know the Blue Jays bullpen isn't good either, but I don't want to mess with the bullpen coming in, giving up bombs to Bichette or Vlad or Springer, all these guys. So I'm sticking to the first five. I want it to just be Jose Barrios versus Brady Singer. I love the guy on the mound for the Royals a lot better. I'm getting plus 104 for this bet. So this is plus money for the better pitcher. I do know the Royals lineup is not anywhere near the Blue Jays, but I think they can get to Barrios because he gives up hits in hard contact to pretty much everybody. I'm thinking about grabbing a bat and hitting against them. So is there a chance he just figured it out this year and not in the offseason he goes back to being pretty good pitcher? Yeah, there's a chance. It's game one. That's why these first few weeks are tough. But he was so bad last year. I just don't see it. He wasn't that great in the spring either. So for Royals first five money line at plus 104 is my third best bet. Let's go to the 1 unit play of the day and the fourth bet of the day. All right, here we go. It's the fourth and final bet of the day, and it's the biggest game of the day. This is going to be a heck of a series. Braves at the Cardinals. Atlanta Braves money line minus 130. Cardinals money line plus 110. Over under of 8.5 runs. These are two of the better teams in the National League. Braves are 2-1 after playing the Nats. That's right, the Nationals beat them one of those three games. Cardinals 2-1 after beating up on the Blue Jays, which I just talked about, so you already know that. The matchup here, guys, it's Charlie Morton, Uncle Charlie Morton, versus Jake Woodford. I know. So Charlie Morton is 39 years old. He's been a solid pitcher for a very long time, but the Cardinals are his kryptonite. And at 39, you can start to see that he's faded a little bit over the last year or two. But against the Cardinals, 3-12 with a 5.33 ERA. That is not good. Last season as a 38-year-old, how about a 3-5 record with a 5.72 ERA on the road? This guy isn't the same. He's not missing as many bats. Overall, last year he had a 4.34 ERA. He's a number four kind of starter. I think his name recognition is getting a little too much value to the Cardinals in this side. But yeah, hard contact went from 20% a couple years ago to 25%. So you can start to see things aren't working as well as they should, which you know what? He's 39 years old. They shouldn't. I'm 37. Things don't work as well when I get up in the morning sometimes. But Jake Woodford on the mound on the other side, it doesn't really matter for my bet. I'm going to be honest. You'll know why soon. But he's a bullpen guy. He only started one game last year. He did have a 2.23 ERA. You know, it's different when you're a starter or a bullpen guy, but it doesn't strike out many guys, like 12%. But he got the job done. Didn't give up a lot of runs. My best bet, though, in this game for one freaking unit, the St. Louis Cardinals team total over 3.5. That means they have to score four or more runs for this bet to win. Cardinals have a top five lineup in the major leagues. Jordan Walker, the rookie phenom, Nolan Arenado, Paul Goldschmidt, Brendan Donovan is playing really well at the top of this order. They are really good, as you can see what they did to the Blue Jays last series. And like I said, I mean, Morton just doesn't pitch on the road well, doesn't pitch against the Cardinals well, and he's almost 40 years old. His ERA is 4 to 5, right in that range again this year. I just know it will be if he stays healthy. So I just don't know why this line is 3.5. I thought it would be 4.5 at maybe about even money, but I'm getting 3.5 with these good odds. So I will take it. That's my fourth and final bet. My bet of the day: Cardinals team total over 3.5 runs. Whew, we made it. All right, let's go to the bets recap. Here we go. White Sox money line minus 130. Yankees minus a half a run in the first 5 innings at minus 115. Royals first five money lines, so they do not have to be ahead. If they're tied, well, you have to be ahead if you want to win the bet, but tied and you get your money back at plus 105. And the Cardinals team total over 3.5 runs is only minus 110, and that is for the full unit. More than likely, I'll have a hitting parlay or some sort of player prop or something added tomorrow. So be sure to check those pinned comments. If you're part of Discord, you know you're going to get the bets first because that's where it always goes. So that's where we're at. Enjoy the national championship game, but more importantly, enjoy some baseball on a Monday. I freaking love it. Thank you guys for the support. Smash that like button. Leave a comment with anything you want to leave a comment with. Thanks again. Later.